When I first had my baby on my hands, I realized that my body had changed. Apart from the kilos that you can see in the picture that were more than 18, there were other changes in my body that no one told me about and I was not prepared for. Now, 10 years from now, I will enter on menopause. And again, I don't know what I have to do to prepare for it. Health, health systems just lack of prevention tools. Women, we experience a lot of changes in our life, and we really don't know what we have to do when this moment arrives. Just to put you an example, out of our 200,000 registered users, between 50 and 60% have told us that they have had such some kind of intimate health issue. But you know what's the worst thing? It's that around only 2% have gone to a specialist when the problem was already severe and costly for the system, while the others were suffering in silence. These are some of the data that we have. And just to put you the example, 60% had urine leak, but 53% sexual discomfort, some kind of pain when having sexual relationships, and 76% constipation. So we are talking about that women's health is surrounded of taboos. We're talking about prolapse, perimenopause, urine leaks, postpartum, how to prevent breast cancer, how to change the habits, and the list that we have just put some names here, but it's very, very long. And these kind of things you don't share with your friends, and as you have seen, not either with a specialist. So when you go to the specialist, it's really too late. So what we are saying, this is not only a social cost on how it's impacting women's life, but also an economic cost. Just intimate health issues cost in the US $111 billion a year. So imagine if we could turn preventative costs into healthy and profitable industries. The population is changing. Before, we had the pyramid, and now it's inverted. So we are living longer, and we have to live healthier. Moreover, we have to think that women take 80% of the decisions around health in families. So at the end, when you are impacting on women's health, you are really changing the mindset on women, you are changing the mindset in all the society. That's why we say we have to go from sick care to healthcare. Sick care, it's when you already are sick. It's the damage control. You have an issue and you go to the doctor to solve it. But the issue, and it really don't bring a good lifestyle to you. And healthcare, it's wellness. It's creating, before you have an issue, really an environment or a situation or the prevention things to avoid to become sick. And that's what we want, where we want to go. So just the example, the average worldwide spending in healthcare, it's increasing more than 2.6 every year. Moment, it's okay. So it's more than 4.5 trillion a year on healthcare, expected to be spent on healthcare on 2020. The example, it's easy. Imagine a house, okay? You can have a house and make your fire revision every year, look at all the I don't know the word in English. So all the things that where the water goes are good. That will be healthcare. Or sick care is you get a fire, the bombers, today my English it's getting very worse. So people come to take the fire out, but they are not going to fix your house after. They are just going to take out the fire. So that's what is sick care. When you have an issue, you erase the issue when you go to the doctor, but you are not creating an environment around it to prevent that this is going to happen not to happen again, and creating and fixing it from the beginning. So it's exactly what I've explained. You repair before, so it's a small expend every year, and you don't have an issue, or you wait until you have the issue, someone comes, fix the issue, but you still have a home to build again. Moment, it's not, this light, it's not going well now. I don't know what, okay, here. So it's what already Thomas Edison at the beginning of last cycle said, the doctor of the future will give no medicine, but will interest his patients in the care of the human frame, in diet and in the cause of and prevention of disease. So now we are trying to get this mindset, but this is that it was said already hundreds of years ago. What we are doing at BWOM, we are doing a digital coach that we create personalized preventive care plans for women's health. So what we do, it's we ask questions to our users, and questions about lifestyle, about the moment of life they have, and also about the symptoms. This allows us to really know what, how is the user in her life, and then provide personalized action plans. Because it's very nice when you have your dashboard and how is your health. Yeah, I've increased, I've decreased, but okay, as I said before, what do I do now? What do I do to prevent and to change my health situation? That's why at BWOM we provide the action plans. And the action plans, I will explain later what they include, but they take less than 10 minutes because we understand that women, we don't have time, but we need to know how is our body now, what is the issues, and what we can do to prevent or reduce our health situation. And what's more important, we treat health holistically. When health is not about silos, it's about the whole body. So what we have created, it's an API, so we can integrate with other platforms and other devices such as fertility trackers, Fitbits, Garmin's, or anything. So we can cross data that has never been crossed and understand you as a whole. Because when you have an issue, you are also getting emotional symptoms, and all your life is getting disturbed. Just to put you an example of some of the symptoms I told you before, we know that, for instance, women that have urine leaks want to become invisible. They don't want to be seen. They don't raise the hand when they are at work. They don't go to some plans with the friends, because if they laugh, then they have urine leaks. Or if they run, they have urine leaks. And what they think is that everyone is realizing about what is happening to them. So they just want to become invisible. That's why these symptoms are not just physical. It really influence and impact on the rest of your life. So as I explained, you get an evaluation first, where you are against other women, and then we provide the exercise, and then daily content, and also a tracking tool, so you know what are the symptoms you're having, and we recommend you products based on your profile. For instance, a menopause person will not get a fertility tracker. So at the end, we provide information that it's interesting for both the enterprise and the user. The data that we get from the user allow us to get a map for the enterprise, but also to personalize all the content that we are providing to the user. And we are able to influence the behaviors through the action plans we provide. And because of the questions, and because every day we provide something new, we generate interaction and engagement with our women. Let's go slow. So getting, so getting deeper on the app, we have an onboarding. It's a 1 minute onboarding, but we can tell you that almost 80% of the users that download the app, they answer the questions, because They really help you to get to know yourself. That's what allow us to make the coach and give you the results and provide you with the personalized plan, the personalized action plans. Okay, and the good thing is each color represents a different plan, and you can decide which ones to prioritize and which ones to stop and to restart. We tell you what is your advance on them. And what do you find on these plans? You find tips. One thing, for instance, things that take you 30 seconds, 1 minute to read, that really help you to understand your body or really to change your mindset. For instance, one tip that you could receive on a plan that we will launch soon, that it's for over 40 people, it's, did you know that women, that any kilo you get before you get the menopause, it will be very, very, very difficult to lose after you are in the menopause? This really changes your mindset and will make that you change your habits daily. Also, other things that we provide, it's deep content. For instance, there is some news around that if you go to make your radiography, your ecography for your breast cancer prevention, you should ask for a platform to protect your thyroids. Some hospital approach us to help us to explain that this is not true. It is better not to protect the thyroids, because the effect you get is that you increase the radiation on your breast. So for instance, that will be content that takes 5 minutes to read. There we will explain you what's the scientific explanation around it. Or you can have exercise. Some of them you can do it in the bus, or some are for doing at home, and also practice and habits that you can change. And then, as I mentioned, we have the tracking, so you can track what you are doing, the exercise, when you go to the bathroom, and other things that we will include. And one thing important here, I mentioned the API before. Any data that we get from the other devices will be included in this tracking part. And then the personalized product recommendation. So what we are doing, we are really having a free part, because we really, really, really believe in our mission. We think that women, we need a basic knowledge. And here in the free part, for instance, we provide how to prevent the breast cancer, or how to manage your emotions. Here we just will give 3-minute coaching if you are sad, so you don't go to sleep. You are sad, because we think it's a minimum help we can provide. And then the action plans I mentioned and I explained, that it's offered as a premium package in a subscription model. But also, we are helping our health stakeholders to reduce costs through prevention and early detection, but also to make better business decisions. You have to think, we have the data of the pre-patient, when the people is healthy. So before they really get sick, and that's very important to take action as soon as possible, and also make better decisions on how to impact or how to influence these populations. And then we keep the populations healthier. So what we are building, it's really a necessary business to improve women's health. When we women, we feel good, we really feel powerful and confident to do anything. That's what I explained before, that when a woman, it's not on control of her body, she's not really taking the lead in any other things, any other aspects of her life. And what we are trying to provide is to give information to the users, and information that's personalized and that can really be used. And when information at the end is power, and that's what we are trying to bring to our women. So women's health rights are today a social priority. Technology should be a liberator. We can say hello to a new paradigm of healthcare based on education, prevention and personalization. That's why we say hello, be warm, hello, confidence. And that's it. I did it 5 minutes less.
Didn't get it, I think.
Hey, hello, perfect.
Hello.
So that was you saved me 5 minutes or us, but we still
Yes.
have questions. Not from women, but men. Like, how
Okay.
about solutions for us men? Like a smiley, imagine we should care more about ourselves as well. So yes, why?
Yeah. That's a question that we've been asked a lot. I have to say that we are going to focus only in women. We tested to do it for men, but I want you to imagine for one moment that you have an app that every day you look and say, oh, do you know about your body? It happens this and the other. Will you use it? The
No,
answer we got from men.
No, I'm more interested like the sports results, Barcelona against Madrid, and yeah,
So
sure, I care about
it's
my
a,
body as well. No,
yeah, but it's a different behavior. So it's really, we will have to build a completely different app to help men on their health. So really, you should take care of yourself, of course, but the way to get to you, it's completely different. So we cannot use the same platform because we have a different style. Women, we like to make tests, and then we like to share. We like to that every day you tell something around us, that it's something new, and you are more straight to the point. I have to do it, or I don't have to do it, and tell me what. So it's really different approach. That's why we are not doing men.
okay, yeah, this was like the comment or questions we got here. And if you have any questions more, it's now the possibility to post it, or let me check on Twitter because I'm like multi-channel, not used for this is not man style. I can work on different channels.
Oh, that's very good. Multitasking as women.
Yeah. No, I think, yes, we have one next one. So relating to the other two presentations, are these data safe? Are you GDPR compliant?
Of course, on 25th May, yeah, we arrived there, and yeah, we are fully GDPR compliant. You have to think that we are treating health data, so we need an extra compliance on that. And yes, we have it. Yeah.
Yeah, and my personal question now, where are you, or where do you have like your clients? In what countries? Worldwide, or do you see like differences as well? Talking about behavior, I imagine, no?
It's Spain, UK, US, Mexico, Colombia, and Chile. And the funny thing, I thought that the percentage of the symptoms will be different depending on the country because it's not the same and different cultures. And for these countries, the difference really it's like 4 or 5% maximum. So at the end, it's very, very similar,
Oh,
which
okay,
really shocked us.
sure. Yeah, no, now very interesting. So yeah, I think the time is already up. If you don't have any questions, I didn't see anything on Twitter. But by the way, we are starting anyway the panel now with Johan and Evelina, and for there I have some questions prepared as well. So if we make like short 5 minutes break, yes, thanks Helena. Like
Thanks,
micro.
thanks everyone. Thank you.